Welcome to the Better Off Bonus Call of the Week. We're sponsored by Betterment, the largest independent online financial advisor. Well, this is one of the great benefits of hosting a podcast. I get to talk to real people about what's going on in their financial lives. And if you would like to actually give us a holler, we would love to have you on the program. You've got two chances to get on the show. We do it on Tuesdays. We have our bonus call, then Thursdays after the bigger show. All you have to do is send us an email. Ask Jill at betteroffpodcast.com. Ask Jill at betteroffpodcast.com. Right now, we've got Jim. He's on the line from Annapolis. Hello, Jim. Welcome to Better Off. What can I do for you?
I have actually two questions. The first question is regarding SIPC. I understand that SIPC protects my securities and up to $500,000. My question is it okay to have accounts more than $500,000, or am I at risk by doing that, or should I split it between different brokerage accounts?
First of all, Jim, that is one of the funniest paranoid questions I've received in the last 8 years, and I love it because I am that person. I am you. I always look at the downside. So SIPC, Securities Investor Protection Corporation, is in place in case of the failure of the organization where your securities are domiciled. Okay? So where do you hold your securities right now?
I have Fidelity and Vanguard.
Okay, so here's what SIPC does. If Vanguard or Fidelity were to go belly up, right, and in the middle of some horrible downturn, let's go back to the financial crisis of 2008, right, and they were to go belly up, the Securities Investor Protection Corporation would make you whole for anything that was basically lost in the transition, meaning that they may have had positions that are marked differently, they run out of cash, and things go kaplooey. SIPC will back you up. Now I'm going to give you the good news. The good news is you don't have to worry about this. Not with Vanguard and not with Fidelity. What I think is important to remember is that for most people, the SIPC question comes into account when you're dealing with some of the smaller firms. Maybe you're dealing with a hedge fund or a private equity fund, and you think about where money is domiciled, how things get pushed out, and there's not a big, massive company behind it. Even in the worst part of the financial crisis, no one thought Vanguard or Fidelity was looking at its failure. And frankly, it is unlikely that you would even need to make a claim because usually the securities are held in your name. They're not held in the firm's name. So I think you are just fine. Don't worry. You're good. But thanks for letting me explain SIPC.
Okay. Excellent. And if you have time, my other question is what amount of ratio should I have with taxable retirement versus a Roth?
That's a great question. What do you have right now?
Well, right now, for just my retirement, I got about 6% Roth, which is low, but combined retirement with what my wife has is about 32% in the Roth.
That's good, actually. So the problem is, how old are you?
I'm 61.
It's hard to go back in time, Jim. I mean, we haven't had the Roth structure that long. We've had, it's one thing if you said, oh, well, I'm starting out today. I'm 22 years old. I'm starting, right? But going back in time, you didn't even have the option. I think having a third of your money as already been taxed as you come into retirement is fantastic. If you have an opportunity to convert your traditional asset into a Roth structure and it made sense from a tax perspective to do so, then it is better to have an asset that's already been taxed. That said, you know what? I wouldn't drive yourself crazy because, again, it has to make sense from a tax perspective. And maybe you'll look at tax reform and there's some bonanza ahead for you. Maybe there's some fabulous moment where you say, oh my gosh, I should start converting this minute because my income is so much lower. That's a different story. But don't do it just to get the ratio improved. Do it because it makes sense overall.
Okay. Now, if my company has a 401k that has a Roth,
do it.
How would you
do it? Do it 100%. Make it all
100%?
Roth. Yeah.
Okay.
Make it all Roth. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because that's a great way. First of all, how much money do you earn, by the way?
About 120.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would just do it. It would be that's an efficient way to get that money in the Roth structure. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
And
Very
then
good.
keep saving, and don't worry. I feel very confident, although I can never guarantee anything because this is not a business of guarantees. I feel very confident that both Vanguard and Fidelity are going to be just fine.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Well,
Thanks so much.
I appreciate your answers and your time.
Thank you so much for calling. Good luck to you, Jim, and we'll look forward to hearing about your retirement when you get there, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay, that's a wrap of our Better Off bonus question of the week. If you've got a question, it's simple. Send us an email at askjill@betteroffpodcast.com. We'll arrange to get you on. And don't forget, in just a couple of days, there's a brand new episode of the Better Off Podcast sponsored by Betterment. Talk to you then.